prayed for it or anything. So,
as a Mavericks fan, I hate you for that.
The way the Laker fans have been posting up on fucking Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, it seems like they're gonna have a parade for the summer league thing, man.
Oh, yeah,
Anyway, we're already rolling. So this is HardHeaded Productions
Here we
podcast
go.
number 21 right now.
Yes, I'm Brandon.
Ellis.
John, as always.
Here we go.
And what do we got? You're fired up, man.
I'm
What's
fired
on
up.
your
Here we
mind?
go. So first on my mind is the summer league thing because we're gonna talk into that. A lot of Laker fans and Stephen A. Smith said, "Don't believe the Lonzo Ball hype." Okay, I am come from a Dallas Mavericks fan, okay, and from Chino Hills, and I believe in the kid. Lonzo is the next franchise player for the Lakers. He's the next Kobe, well, not Kobe Bryant, but he's the next franchise player. He is the leader of that team. He will make the Lakers. He will bring the Lakers to the playoffs, the 8th spot, guaranteed this year. LeVar Ball, Lonzo Ball, Big Baller Brand, all those guys. Lonzo's the real deal, and if you don't really like him, now, then don't get them on the bandwagon right now. In the end, Lonzo Ball is the real deal, and Dan Smith Jr. for the Dallas Mavericks. I believe right now, I'm calling this out right now, I'm predicting it. Dan Smith Jr. from the Dallas Mavericks or Lonzo Ball from the LA Lakers will get Rookie of the Year. Guaranteed. One of those two will get it. That's all I'm saying.
That's a big possibility. You also got Fultz, the number 1 draft pick. He's going to be in there.
He got injured.
There's going to, it'll be competitive. He does have a chance to get it. I'm happy the Lakers had a good summer league, but it is summer league.
Okay.
And it's a good start.
You guys are talking about practice.
Yeah, practice. We're talking about practice. Yeah. It's a good start, but he didn't put those numbers up against Durant or Curry, Westbrook, and so on. That's when the real test will come. But it is a good start. It's a good sample size. It is good to see. He's in the right direction. But I'm going to give it some time and not expect too much.
What do you think, John?
I saw maybe 10 minutes of basketball during the summer league. I didn't even know what summer league was until about 2 weeks ago.
Okay, all right.
I assume this is basically D squatters going against each other. It's practice squad.
Yeah, practice squad. Yeah.
So it means absolutely fucking nothing.
Okay.
It's worse than preseason football to me because in least preseason football you actually have starters playing, like the stars of the team.
The third game. Okay.
No, they'll start the first game. They'll just play like a series,
like
and then they go. Then they'll play a couple series. Then they'll go to a quarter.
Yeah.
And then they go to a half, and then they'll play maybe a little more than a half.
Right.
But this is worse than preseason. It's not even real players yet.
Yeah, but let me just I read the ESPN article today saying this summer league this year had been the most ratings in a long time.
You know why? Because they actually put it on TV. I've never heard about it until this year. So obviously it's got ratings.
Dude, I used to go to summer league games when I was a kid.
It wasn't on. It was never on regular TV though. It wasn't on ESPN back in the day. I've never heard of this thing before. I watch ESPN a lot. It
used to be on tape delay. Vegas Summer League's been around for 13, 14 years. It's been around, but it was never covered like this.
Okay.
Because it's gotten more coverage. That's why it's the higher ratings.
Yeah, get Alonzo.
And I think, was it on at a different time of year, or was it always this time of year? Because it was on during the week where there's nothing on TV.
Right. Well,
so,
now, on TV.
No, baseball's on. But baseball, the All-Star game, the 2 days after the All-Star game, there's no pro sports on.
Yeah.
There's no baseball, no hockey, no basketball, real basketball, and there's no football. So there's no major American sports on for those couple of days, that Wednesday, Thursday after the All-Star game, which they aired it during that time. Like a couple of games were on during that week where it's just baseball. So you're going to get better ratings because you're not going up against anything.
But...
and it was more hyped. There was more hype about it.
It might be. I get it.
And I agree. Maybe the big brawler brand thing, the Triple B there, was part of it.
It was.
Maybe they, brought in names like that.
It's like winter league baseball. You're not going to have Kershaw down there playing anything like that. It's up and coming players who are very good, who are trying to make a team and whatnot playing, and it's about that level.
Yes. And winter league ball is played in December in South Florida and Texas and Dominican Republic, and people actually watch spring training baseball.
Yeah,
I
did.
mean, you
Last
go to
year.
games there. It's
Yeah.
big. It's big to go to the games for spring training. It's like an event, and it's cool and it's relaxed and stuff like that. But this is. It's guys that aren't. It's guys that are going to make the practice squad.
Right.
Mainly.
No, I agree with you.
I mean, out of the team that the Lakers fielded,
Only
I'd say
2 players
fielded,
going to
courted,
make
I
it.
guess.
Yeah.
How many? 2 players are going to make the start.
Lonzo,
Make the
he's
actual
on a contract
team.
already, and the
Yeah.
Covers, what's his name?
Well,
Covers dude, but KB something.
It starts with a K, yeah.
Yeah, that guy's gonna make. I think he's gonna make the Lakers team. That's
Ingram
it.
was on there for a few games too.
He's
so
he's signed. He signed.
he's already signed up.
He's
So
fine.
there's a few guys on the team that'll be there. But yeah, it's mostly D leaguers.
But Ball's going to be the only true starter, probably.
Yeah, but K bench guy, he could probably be a bench guy. Guaranteed.
Yeah. Okay. So it's practice.
But the ratings, that's what I'm saying. And Lonzo and Dennis Jr. are going to be the hype of the
But
team.
what did it go? It had good ratings because it went against nothing.
Yeah, again, then, okay.
I mean, the big ratings over the weekend were probably the biggest ratings of the weekend sports wise. I'm assuming were the Red Sox Yankees series.
Okay. Okay.
Wimbledon,
Hamilton, yeah.
Well,
probably Tour de France, and then the NBA Summer League thing.
see, I agree with you on the first 2, but I think NBA League did a better than Tour de France. I'm just my opinion.
So they did better in the Tour de France. Congratulations.
for ratings.
You beat something that nobody fucking watches.
No one watches that.
That's what I'm saying.
And no one watches golf either. But hey, people watch golf.
Well,
nowadays.
people watch golf this weekend. It's the Open Championship.
I actually watched the pretty
and
much a whole
and
round.
the women's golf
real
was
good.
the U.S. women's this last weekend. So that might have actually been
That
might have
might
had
be
more. That might have. It was on Channel 11. It was on a real channel
Okay.
for Saturday and Sunday. But probably had bigger ratings than the NBA
Yeah,
Summer
everything.
League, like
yeah,
quarter
Summer League.
round semifinal game or whatever it was.
All I'm thinking is ESPN, Bleacher Report, and
When was the final? When was the championship?
last
the
night,
summer
Monday.
championship.
Monday
Oh,
night,
okay.
last
All right.
night.
See, I didn't even know that.
So all I'm saying is,
I thought it was over the
Lonzo
weekend.
Ball is making headlines right now.
So they played their
More
championship on
headlines
a
and
Monday
more-
night when there was after the weekend. There's nothing else on TV on a Monday night. They didn't go up against Game of Thrones.
Yep. That
They
didn't matter. Yeah,
they
it
didn't
matter.
go up against in what baseball? There was no real baseball.
No
The
baseball.
Dodgers didn't play last
No,
night,
they
so
did not.
the Dodgers had the day off. Otherwise, the
Right.
Dodgers would have had more people watching them
Okay.
than the Lakers in a
Right.
practice game.
But I'm saying, if you have ESPN, Bleacher Report, and Yahoo Sports, and everything about Lonzo Ball is,
Well, I understand that.
it's more Lonzo Ball is the future deal. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He's the future deal. That's what I'm saying.
I agree, and I agree with you 100% that he is going to be the franchise go-to
Right.
money marketing man for the Lakers.
So then why are we arguing?
I'm arguing about practice. That nobody. You're saying it's high rated. Yeah, it was high rated because there's nothing else on.
Okay.
So you
may
have
have a
to
point.
take in the full
Right.
thing. You can't just there was the great time. NBA is going to be great this year because the
It
summer
is.
league was fantastic. It had the highest ratings ever. Yeah, because there was nothing else on.
Okay, keep this podcast right now.
If this would have
October,
gone, what
we'll
would the
be
ratings
6.
have been for this final championship game if it happened on Sunday night at 9 p.m.? Going against Game of Thrones season 7 premiere.
Probably third, fourth place.
Exactly.
Yeah, like you said, third, fourth place.
Yeah.
Like I said, I want to get too up or too high or too low. I mean, he's gonna have games like he's gonna have 5 games in a row where he's great. He's gonna have some games where he just doesn't do good. I'm not gonna get too high or low on the kid either way because, like I said, he has to do this against Curry and Durant and Westbrook and so on.
And I still think I agree with you. I think the Lakers do make the playoffs, but
Yeah.
I think the Lakers have just been getting better the last couple of years, anyways.
But
So that's
right.
part of it.
Okay. Well, here's my personal thing. Like, I've been a lot, like, you talking about my Facebook post. I've been posting about Lonzo Ball, like, since way back when UCLA days. My dad saw him in high school and played for New York High. Like, he's, like, a big fan. And I'm a big fan. And some of
He's
the
a
Lakers,
he's a local guy
Yeah.
for the city you live in, so of course you're going to
Well,
you're going to be a little more hyped on him.
Yeah, but then all the Laker fans are talking on my Facebook post are talking shit about he sucked his first preseason game. Like, all
see,
that shit, blah blah. I'm like, dude, like you guys don't watch basketball.
I haven't seen
like,
that
I'm
because
just-
I've seen people posting stuff about him.
Yeah.
like Lakers fans
true
that I
shit.
know.
Yeah.
like are posting about him.
Yeah,
so
like,
I
I'm
think,
not a Laker fan.
I think they're
hype.
I think Laker
Yeah.
fans are into him.
Yeah. But it's like some of my friends from LA and here, like he's a fucking bust. But no, he's not a bust. His dad's not a bust. His dad's a fucking genius. Okay.
His
In my
dad is
opinion.
Black Trump. We've talked about it before. He just says stupid shit that comes to his mind.
He made a prediction. He got lucky. He said my kid's going to be on the Lakers, and he got drafted on the Lakers. I mean,
he told the Celtics to not draft. Like the Celtics had asked him, said, "Hey, can we get a practice with him?" He said, "No. Like, don't even think about it." We asked. The Celtics asked him. He said, "No."
He's no factor in that negotiation. He's not an agent. No. He's not. He's just a lucky prediction.
But it is a prediction based on if you were to look a couple years ago and be like, all right, my son's going to be ready for the NBA at this time. Mm-hmm. What are the Lakers going to need somebody like him then? That with Kobe leaving, with other things going on, with them kind of not doing so well the last few years, it's not really a bold prediction. It's kind of like a common, all right, yeah, this is somebody that can fit into their squad. He's a local guy, which the Lakers kind of want. They want to rebolster that local talent thing, and it made sense. It wasn't a bold prediction like, he didn't say it, when his kid was, 8.
Yeah.
He said it when his kid went to UCLA.
Yeah.
He goes, in a year from now, I know the Lakers are going to need this type of player. That's the type of player my kid is. Mm-hmm. The Lakers aren't doing no well. They're going to want some PR. They're going to want some press. They're going to want a local kid. It all made sense. It fit into place. It's not a bold prediction.
Right. And speaking of that, LeVar bought LeAngelo, the middle child, a Ferrari this past weekend. White Ferrari, pretty nice.
Who bought the Ferrari?
LeVar. LeVar did.
The dad bought it?
I think Lonzo did, but LeVar. It said LeVar did, but the video had LeVar in the video, but I think.
Well, we know. I'm gonna tell you one thing. If that middle one goes to SC, we know who bought that Ferrari then.
He's going to UCLA.
UCLA, yeah.
Oh, so then his dad bought it for him.
Yeah, I mean all of them.
If he went to SC, we know that the USC.
Right. Yeah.
What is it? The alumni supporters, or what's your name of your group over there? That gives the Sarkeesian Fund.
There you go. Yeah. Speaking of USC, O.J. Simpson.
Oh, yeah, I was going to bring that up.
Here we go. Probation
tomorrow.
Thursday.
Trial of the century is now turned into trial of the universe, and his parole hearing is going to be aired tomorrow.
Yeah.
On Thursday. Thursday, not tomorrow. Today's Tuesday. It will be aired, and if he gets cleared parole, he will be released Thursday afternoon. So are we driving to Vegas? Or?
What's the going on? Come on. I mean, we talked about it earlier, and
I don't know if people know, but
we won't take that.
Yeah, we won't say anything. But there was a talk about maybe driving out and picking him up.
Exactly. Yeah.
He might need to ride back to the Southland.
Yeah.
Go straight to a golf course.
Yes.
We'll bring some clubs and go. Let's go.
Bring him to a spot. The regular spot. See what happens.
And here's the thing: we talked about this in our previous podcast about him being up for parole this year, and I don't think my view has changed on it. I think getting 8 years on a 33 or 35 year sentence is kind of weak.
Okay.
But I do understand the category and I put this on the podcast. It's one of the ones I actually did a video on where I broke down. I researched what state of Nevada's actual policy is and what they look at for parole. And age is a factor. Previous crimes. Technically, OJ doesn't have a previous crime.
He didn't.
So I think there's a pretty good chance he's going to get paroled.
I think so too. I mean, me and my mom were talking about this today earlier, and she said, "What do you think about this?" And I told her my opinion, and she gave me her opinion, and from her standpoint, she's kind of right. Like you said, he hadn't been convicted on previous accounts. And you shouldn't judge a person on his previous account. If he got away with it, he's got away with it.
Yeah.
Now, he had 8 of his goons or whatever, held hostage, And he was there.
He was getting back his personal property, which is still by strong arming it, and it's still a crime. That's what he went to jail for.
And
he wasn't the one holding the gun. There was a gun in the room, but there was some other stuff. So,
but if he's did his probation period, his counseling and all that bullshit.
And he's been a good prisoner.
Yeah,
He's been and it's not like it's a hard. This is like a work camp. It's not. It's like a low.
Yeah.
But it's not a.
So, I would say fuck. And I'd be pissed off, but fuck it. By legitimacy, I say release him. That's
the way our law works. Our parole system works this way and has this in there for it. So this is all legal. He's not getting out because he's a celebrity. He's getting out because of. Basically being prove to be a good citizen again.
Yep. Now, hope to God he didn't do something stupid like last
know,
time.
couple years
If
from
I
now.
would have booked how I bombed this Vegas casino, like,
Yeah, that's
like some bullshit.
If I really were to strong arm, this is how I do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, just play golf and just relax and.
I mean, he's 70.
Yeah,
He's
isolate yourself. He
my
doesn't
dad
lose.
today is my dad. My dad's 70 today. My dad can
birthday.
So
Awesome.
there's. I don't think OJ at the same age as my dad. Obviously, my dad was not a a
criminal, I think.
or well, as far as I know.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a fucking star athlete. So,
Right.
but my dad's body is definitely at 70 years old, breaking
Right.
down.
Yeah.
So I imagine the same thing's happening to OJ.
Right.
His body is breaking down. He's not going to be going out there committing double homicides
Yeah.
anymore at 70. So
Right.
I don't let him out. Let him. He's going to go live in Florida again, probably or
Yeah.
somewhere, and play golf as much as he can, and just basically retire and die in probably
Invested,
10
yeah.
years.
That's it.
So I don't know.
So we all okay. I think legally he should be let out. I mean, even though I don't get it, I think he will be let out. What do you think?
That's a possibility. I mean, he's done all the. I guess he's been a model prisoner. He's done all the legal things he's to do. Hopefully, he learns from this experience and doesn't get in any more trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. It's just what it is. What it is, and Brendan's got to take a phone call real quick outside, so we're gonna miss him for a couple minutes here. But yeah, I think for what OJ is, he's obviously a known name. He can't go anywhere in the world without somebody recognizing him.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be hard for him to. I think it's going to be hard for him to get back into reality. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's for what he did. I mean, I disagree with somehow. I think you should serve prison sentences for almost what they are, like it's serving the mandatory minimum in a way.
Yeah.
But I mean, the system's built that way to have this parole. So I don't know. I really don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, we have a very odd legal system where 1 day means 2 days. I mean,
yeah,
but you get credit for all kind of different.
Yeah,
different
basically
things.
anything. If you get a 10-year sentence, it's really you only serve 50% of that time, anyways, and then you get, being a good prisoner, being a model prisoner means that during your 50% stay, you can actually earn more time off. Mm-hmm. Where I don't know, I think it should be. I don't know. I think if you get 10 years, you should serve 10 years.
Yeah.
And then if you do anything else in prison that is not model citizen, then that should add time. Not being good shouldn't take time off. Being bad in prison should add more time.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I see that whole system.
Riot and
yeah, if you were in fights, if you were disrespectful, if you were just not following the rules, you were doing things, you had days, you had weeks, you had months. So what I just said, Brandon, is this. I think because the way the prison system works is if you get 10 years, you really only serve 5, and then your good behavior takes off from that 5 even. So you can actually serve like 20%, 30% time and get the whole in your son. What I think is if this is a 10-year sentence, you serve 10 years mandatory almost. Uh-huh. And then if you do have good behavior in that, then that means you get out 10 years. If you don't have good behavior in there, then they start adding weeks and months to that.
Mm-hmm. That I agree with.
Now, maybe the crime shouldn't be 10 years for holding a joint on you.
Depending on
maybe
the
it
crime.
should be a year for having marijuana on you or something like that.
Right.
And I understand that there's a lot of people in prison for really weak crimes.
Yep.
And the 3 strikes thing and stuff like that. Like 3 strikes for holding a little bit of marijuana on you for personal use over 4 years, and now you're in prison for life is bullshit. And I agree with that.
Yeah.
But I think you should serve if you committed strong arm robbery, which he basically did. Right. He orchestrated it. It was his thing. That he was the mastermind behind it, if you want to call it, or whatever.
Right.
But he should serve his whatever. I mean, maybe it shouldn't have been 35 years. Maybe it should have just been a 12-year sentence. But you serve the full 12.
Yeah.
And then while you're in prison, if you are in a fight or you are not not doing the work you're supposed to do, like you're not helping out, you're supposed to help out, you're not doing, whatever it is, then you get time added on to it, not taken away for good behavior. Just, waking up every day, going, getting your 1 hour of outside, work, helping people get their GEDs, helping people helping do whatever it is. Like, good behavior in prison shouldn't be rewarded. It should just be this is the standard set. If you don't meet the standard, you get extra time added.
So, okay, let me just then. Yeah, I agree to that, but let me just. So let's say, for example, I was in jail for like 10 years, and I saw a police officer getting killed, strangled to death by some inmates, and I break up the fight and save this police officer's life. Do you think I should get my time reduced? Because I saved this guy, a correction officer's life. Do you think I should get time reduced or no?
Our legal system does reward.
It does right now.
Yeah, it does.
Cooperation,
right,
and taking care of certain areas that they're always wiggle room with that. I can see that being something being done there.
Okay, what do you think, John?
I mean, yes, I do believe that you should probably get time off for things like that. Like if you're saving somebody's life, yes, that's good behavior.
Yeah,
that's above and beyond what your normal thing is. Maybe not time off, but maybe extra rewards or something like that. But then I don't know.
You get a TV in your cell, or
so I mean, maybe things like that. Like there could be other things that could help. But first of all, for 100% certainty that if one prisoner was fighting a guard, and you went and broke that up, the other prisoners are going to come after you because you were on the side of the guard.
Yeah, no doubt.
So you're not doing that to begin with.
Right.
Well, you're going to get put in isolation. You're going to probably get that favor.
Yeah, I think in some circumstances,
yeah. But I understand. And here's the thing: maybe you should get transferred to a different prison then, or something. But who knows? I mean, I don't know. Like that. Obviously, that situation it's all hypothetical. But yeah, I mean, I guess, but that's an outlier too. That's like a very rare thing that you're like, oh, this person saved a guard, or if a prisoner is choking to death and you like do a Heimlich maneuver on him. Yeah, okay, but those are that's what it means to be a human being, and in society we would do that. If you saw somebody in a restaurant getting their ass kicked, like you'd probably go and break that up.
Yeah.
If you saw somebody choking to death in a restaurant, you'd probably go like try to help them. So these are things that normal human society, people do. But in prison, it's a different. I don't know. It's just different.
Okay. But I'm gonna kind of act with that. So you said if people waiting the fights, stuff like that. In the 90s, early 2000s, I agree with you, and probably 2006 and 5. But since 2007 and right now, if there's a fight right now, big out of the ball or something, people use their cell phones.
Yep.
Oh, look at me. I'm selling Snapchat, World Star, whatever.
Yep.
And they have no compassion. They just want to get the views and likes, and they don't do anything about it. So, from that going on...
Which is a bigger issue about being a productive member of society, and I believe that has been on the decline for a long time.
Yes.
And I think that's what we're doing, is trying to make America great again.
Oh, what?
I kind of spun that one. You didn't see that one coming, did you?
I did not. No.
That's what I think that's part of it. I think being polite to each other in society and it is part of making America great again. Don't be about yourself. Don't be about your Facebook and your Instagram and your Twitter feed. Be about the community and what's around you and help those that are around you. Yep. If someone's, I used to help people on the side of the road all the time. They were broke down. I'd pull over and try to help out.
Yeah.
I haven't done that in a while.
Right.
Now, one thing is, I don't drive as much as I used to.
Right.
2, cars are better now today than they were a while ago.
Okay.
So, but it's this like thing of just helping each other out and being there. And I still think America has that in them. Like during a natural disaster or during a catastrophe in a neighborhood or something like that, the community does come together and bind together. Yep. You do help your neighbor out when they are in need. So there are aspects of that. I just think it needs to be done more. Like the going over and borrowing a cup of sugar from your neighbor.
Right.
Nobody does that anymore.
No,
like you don't. Do you actually know and have a regular conversation with your neighbors monthly or yearly or weekly or what is it?
So
my neighbors, I talk to my neighbors at least probably. The one across the street, probably once a month, I have a good conversation with him.
Right.
The one right next to me, at least once a week, maybe twice a week, I have a good conversation with him.
Yeah.
So
I have 2 neighbors I talk to regularly, like on daily basis, and that's it. And then we talk about politics, sports, we're both basketball fans.
Yeah.
He's a Celtics fan, I'm a Mavericks fan. We talk about what's going on in the draft, who's going to get who, blah, blah, blah. And we have good conversations. And my other neighbor, same thing. Like, he's a football fan. And we talk about football, too. Same thing. My neighbors, before they moved, we were really close. Like, we'd go to each other's houses, and drink all the time. And sometimes, we were really cool. Like, we had, unity. And nowadays, you don't see that. Because when I was a kid in the 90s, and, 2000, we used to, every day after school, I was in 8th grade, 7th grade, 6th grade, whatever. We'd get out of school at 2:30, 3 o'clock. We'd do our homework, go to each other's door. But hey, could James play or could Mike play? It's all play. We're playing baseball. It's all play.
Granted, at the age of 29 now, you're not going out and playing freeze tag in the neighborhood.
Well,
so
no,
let's put things in perspective here,
same
too.
shit. Well, I'm saying same shit nowadays. Okay, well,
Hide and seek.
people. Okay.
Yeah, well,
might
want to play hide and seek with one of your neighbors, but
okay, let me just tell. That same thing goes. Okay, so we're kids, but again, now we all go to bars. Oh, where you at?
Yeah.
We're here. It's same shit. It's same reaction. We're drinking now.
Yeah, you're drinking, you're socializing in different ways.
It's the same shit. It's playing baseball with the kids.
But because your neighborhood, as you grow up, your neighborhood expands because you have the capability of traveling.
Right.
You can drive now 10 miles, 15 miles, 20 miles away and
indeed.
hang out somewhere there, and that's your neighborhood.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but yes, and things are obviously life is simpler when you're a kid. Like you go to school, you come home, you go play, you come in to eat, you take a nap, you watch a little TV, and you go to bed. So you do it all over the next day. It's fun. It's easy. But, now we have to go to work. Now we have other things. You're tired from working, or you have this. Now, once you get married, then you got to spend that time with the wife. Then you got to spend time with the kids. Then you're taking kids to sports. You're taking kids to dance. You're taking kids to whatever recitals that they have at school or activities. And all of a sudden, the time you have that you're with your friends anymore is not gone. There. And then so now it's only like once a month or once on like holidays or things like that. Yeah. So obviously life catches up to you.
Yeah,
that's an aspect of it. But I still think that neighbor coming to neighbor's aid is there in real times of need.
Okay. Yeah.
That was my point.
Okay.
But like the borrowing a cup of sugar thing, like the normal contact every week or once a month contact with just your neighbors, just being like, hey, I'm looking out for you. Like my neighbor that I have right next to me, we move each other's trash bins out for each other.
Right.
Like if I don't get to his, like if I forget or I'm busy that day, then I'll come home like on a Tuesday night and my trash barrels will already be out because he was the one that brought them out.
Right.
And then the next Wednesday when trash day comes, I'll drag him back in. I'll drag mine and drag his back in.
Okay.
And then next week maybe he was out late or something like that, and I put his trash barrels out. So we move each other's trash barrels in and out. I mean, that's a neighborly thing to do for each other.
It is,
and it's just an unspoken thing that's done, and it just kind of hang out or you just kind of do something like that. So I don't know. I think we've lost that, and I think, like you said, in society, when there's a fight that breaks out at a bar. Mm-hmm. And everybody goes to their cell phones. Everybody goes to, like you said, they want the likes. They want the Insta famous from it.
Yeah.
I think when I saw a car roll over, it happened right in front of me on the freeway on the 60 eastbound. It was the day I was going to pick up my dad from the hospital from after he had his heart surgery or a new heart valve put in. This car blew a front left tire. They drove into the center divider, overcorrected, yanked the wheel back to the right, and flipped this SUV over. Just onto its side, not completely over. And I was one of the first cars behind it to stop and try to help. And I was like, all right, we're not moving you unless you can move yourself. Like, there could be neck injuries. There could be. Luckily, nobody was injured. Nobody was seriously. Bruised, but nothing. Nobody was seriously injured. I didn't know what I was going to see when I walked up to that car. Windows were down. They could have been dragging across the ground. Who knows? So it was a very slow rollover. Though, like I kind of knew that wasn't going to be that. It wasn't going to be a lot of damage. A lot of people stopped. A lot of people got it and helped, and it's causing traffic now backed up on the freeway because this vehicle's blocking the carpool lane, the number 1 lane, and the number 2 lane. And I kind of just turned into like crowd control director of everything that was going on until emergency vehicle got there. I mean, everybody was trying. A bunch of guys, like 4 people, tried to flip the vehicle back over. I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? These people could be injured if their spine is injured already or slightly injured. If you tip that over, that's another jarring incident to their bodies. They could be paralyzed from you flipping the vehicle over. So I stopped that, and we opened up the back of the SUV, like, opened the door, and one of the ladies was in the back, and she was crawling out the back on her own power.
Right.
And then the other people were tangled up. They wanted to get out. They kept saying, we want to get out in Spanish.
Right.
So I had somebody there translate for me, and I'm communicating with them like, all right, what do we do? What do we do?
Yeah.
So we got everybody out. Everybody's fine. They got on their own power. But I'm like, all right, if you are not involved in actually helping these people right now, you need to get in your cars and move.
Yeah.
And there was just like 2 or 3 people that are just standing in the middle of the freeway just recording on their phones. Yeah. I'm like, if you're not helping, move, leave. Yeah. Your car is parked somewhere now that you're basically blocking emergency vehicles from getting here. All you're doing is standing and recording this. Just leave. If you're not helping, leave. Yeah. And there's probably a video of me on YouTube yelling at this guy for that, or whatever he put it. But I just don't. I mean, if you're not really involved in the situation, then back away from the situation.
That's what happened to me. One time I was on Edison going home, actually, and doing the Edison by the dairy roads, and I saw this car on fire, fully engulfed. And I'm like, oh, shit, that's something inside. And I drove by it. I saw a car parked, a kid, shoving the video. Dude, like, you gonna call him for 911 or anything? What the fuck are you doing? Like, fuck out of here,
Yeah, it's just...
And same shit, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Same shit.
The fight thing, the recording a fight thing, I mean, I understand it, and we all watch those videos, and they're all entertaining.
We all do, yeah.
I mean, and it is, and I do think that things need to be documented like that sometimes. But it's also, if you're not really, if you're a hindrance, then don't, kind of stay out of the way. I understand a bar fight, you're not really, some people just don't have the capability of getting in between a fight and stopping it as well.
Yeah.
So it's, they don't have the physical size or the physical presence or the commanding voice to hey, break this shit, knock this fucking shit off.
Yeah.
Or you're going to deal with me, or, you're like, both of you are fucking in the wrong. You're both stupid for fighting. Yeah. What the fuck are you doing? Break it up. I mean, Ellis and I have broken fights up.
Yeah, I've broken fights up too sometimes. So a couple times in L.A. Same thing.
It's, and it's breaking fights up to people we don't know. Right. And it's also part of the, I understand if it's your friend, and here's the thing, if you're going to get in a fight, I mean, it's not a one-on-one fight anymore. Right. It's 1-on-5. It's 2-on-6. It's whatever happens to be. You're always fighting more than one-on-one. Yep. Can't go one-on-one, Ellis.
You gotta be prepared. That's the thing. Like I've been to. Well, I've broken up with a fight. My friend in L.A. I broke up. I put my dude like just calm. You're in the wrong. Just calm the fuck down. Break it up. Because we all knew each other. Just calm down. Yeah. Then another time, I some random dude got in a bar fight with me because I tried to fight both of them. It's him and his girl.
Oh, that's the worst.
I tried both of them. You guys are cool before. I'm gonna buy you guys drinks, and it was wrong timing. So guy,
add more alcohol to it. That's smart.
Well, here's the thing: the guy was in the bathroom, right? And so I'm like, you guys are cool. I'm gonna buy you guys both shots.
Poor gasifier.
And so the dude comes to the bathroom, sees me buying a drink for his girl. I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. It's gonna be bad. But luckily, the bar is at they all knew me. They have my back and everything. And the chick's like, she was pissed off too. What the fuck, dude? Like, he'd buying both of his drinks, It made him look bad. And so, I was like, what the fuck? So I didn't break it up, but that's the only bar fight I almost got into. And it's about communication. It's how you approach a person. That's
for sure.
Thing. It's, if you can be a dick to somebody, say, hey, fuck the way about whatever. Football season's coming up. We all have our teams, and we talk shit to each other, but if we cross the line...
But there's no line. It's a team. Who cares? It's nothing.
But some people
it's not talking about your family, dude.
Yeah, but
no matter how you think the Raider Nation is your family, you're not related, man.
No, we're not. But I'm saying, though,
it don't matter. It's a game. You're getting people are getting in fights over games.
No, I agree. And Laker fans do the same shit. Dodger fans.
I agree.
And Raider fans.
Every team has their own asshole fans.
It does.
They all do.
Yeah.
And they're all stupid for fighting each other.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And most Raider fights are with other Raiders people fighting Raiders people. The same thing with Dodgers is. The same thing with Dodger fans. You go to a Dodger game, you know who's fighting in the stands? Dodger fans versus Dodger fans. Yeah. You go to Raider games, it's Raider fans versus Raider fans.
Not Laker fans, but
I love my teams and all, but I'm not getting a paycheck. I'm not on scholarship.
I don't need to fight for my team. I don't give a shit about it.
The only team I'll fight if you're talking about a friend, I'll fight with you. If I'm talking about parents or family, I'll fight. But that's it.
I'm not fighting for my team.
Yeah,
I just don't. I think it's stupid.
Unless they give me a championship ring, I'm not going to get
I agree. I've been to so many Laker Mavericks fans. One time I went to a Laker Mavericks Lakers Mavericks game, and I walked to my seat or whatever. Random guy, Laker fan, goes, "Hey man, fuck the Mavericks." I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't even know you. Like, what the fuck you talking about?
Yep.
Same shit. So
you just nod and go, "Oh yeah, I guess fuck the Mavericks."
I get it all the time. I just laugh it off. A lot of people hate SC.
Exactly.
I just laugh it off because I would be in a fight every day if someone.
People need to mature. That's all it is. People
need
need to mature, and they know they're not paying you. The Raiders aren't paying me. Houston's paying you.
But you can't use that
Well,
logic with that
either.
guy in that moment either.
Yeah.
You just have to be the bigger person. And go,
Yeah.
all right, yeah, fuck the Mavericks. All right,
Exactly.
cool.
Yeah, whatever. Who cares?
You know?
I've been pumping gas and somebody drives by and honks the horn. Oh, fuck your team. Man.
Yeah.
Same
shit.
Let it
And
go.
I've
I'm not gonna-
apologized, no, I wouldn't. I didn't apologize, but you knew it was me, so a white truck drives by,
Okay. Well, I'm not.
and I'll tell people
that.
that.
Yeah.
And I won't. Really, I mean, I won't say really fuck their team, but I'll like. There's times where I'm gonna support my team. I'm gonna root and cheer for my team,
Yeah.
and I'll talk shit on another team.
Right.
But it's not like I'm not instigating a fight
Exactly.
over my team.
Yeah.
I don't get paid by that team.
Yeah.
I don't have a ring. Even if I had a ring, I'd be fighting other players. I wouldn't be fighting fans.
Right.
I'm not pulling. What's his name? The winner in the stands there, the basketball player in Denver.
Oh,
or whatever.
Artest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny to me because
That-
you always get those fans as, yeah, come up here. Well, he went up there.
He did. Yeah. Yeah, but that was a whole incident. But Ben Wallace wanted the whole squad fucked that shit up. But yeah.
But just because you pay for a ticket doesn't give you a right to be belligerent.
Yeah. Well, like
root for your team, yes,
yeah.
but don't there's a certain line you don't cross.
I'm with the 76ers versus Oklahoma City Thunder. The 76ers fan flips off Westbrook right to his face. Hey, Westbrook, fuck you. And Westbrook, dude, you're going to kick this guy out? And they go, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize. Blah, blah, I didn't mean it. You know, once you get confident super shit, you're fucked.
Well, they did kick those one fans out for making racial comments earlier this year.
We talked about that earlier.
baseball game.
Yeah,
So
the Boston game.
that's too much.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, all right.
And it's most of this is probably 98% alcohol fueled.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I just think there's other aspects here that's
Right.
I don't know. I just don't. This is why I will never get a tattoo of a team.
Yeah, exactly.
That I like because there may be some I like that team for a certain reason when I began liking that team.
Right.
But if that team ownership and something does something stupid and that's going to be their policy from now on, that may make me not like that team.
Yeah.
So now I'm not going to put something permanently on me to make me not like a team. Now
Or
the
the
chances
team
are
moves or something.
Yeah.
yeah, the team moves. Most of the teams I like probably aren't moving, but yeah, they're not like the Raiders who move every 15 years.
Whatever. It's all good.
My teams are pretty much stuck where they're at. They just got brand new stadiums built for them.
St. Louis. Oh, not St. Louis. Fucking Detroit Red Wings. Yeah, we're all good.
Detroit and San Francisco. 49ers have a new stadium
yeah,
there.
they do.
So, see?
Yeah.
Isn't there a team up? Isn't there's a team up for sale? Houston.
Houston. Yeah, the Rockets.
Rockets are for sale.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys want to put a bid in?
I will. Shit. If I would have lied tomorrow.
Oh, wait, then we'd have to pay all that money to. Was it James Harden that just made that all that money?
Yeah, we do.
That's why they're up for sale?
Yeah.
Shit.
And Chris
Shit.
Paul, too. I mean, fuck. And maybe Carmelo Anthony. They're saying Knicks might pay for Houston. They're trying to book a deal with them. So Carmelo might
Knicks
get
trying to
paid
get out of
too.
that bad contract.
Yeah. Shit. Okay, let's just say that does happen. Houston and OKC, Golden State will be the team. And maybe OKC might be the three teams in the West. If that trade happens.
It's Golden State, and then the rest is a crapshoot.
Okay, let's say Carmelo goes to Houston. Chris Paul, Harden, and Carmelo Anthony, do you think they have a chance? I think they'll be a second seed.
No.
They have a chance of making the West Finals,
Well, yeah, but yeah.
but they're not beating Golden State right now.
I think
Yeah,
I think the Lakers are better than that team. You're getting an old Carmelo Anthony. You're getting a Carmelo Anthony in the back of his career. Yeah, he scored a lot of points, but if you score 20 points, but you got guard and you scores 25.
Okay, so
Kind of pointless.
Okay, so Dwayne Wade, he's on his downfall. Agreed. LeBron, he's in the middle, kind of slowing down. Carmelo had been on a sucky team, so he hadn't been proving anything. He'd been doing everything himself. So he could make if
Carmelo's best years are behind him. He can still play, but
Right.
it's just he's not Carmelo like on the Nuggets or when he first got to the Knicks.
And I'm a big Carmelo hater. Like I hate Carmelo Anthony. Like I just want to top 5 players to hate is Carmelo Anthony. But I give him props because he's a good ball
I
player.
can still make a jump shot. You leave me open. I mean,
Right.
that's so he'll get a couple points, yeah. But it's just in the long run, I don't know. It's just a the name sounds good in highlights, but people got to look at reality. That's why we have Magic making basketball decisions now and not other people, because you got to look at the reality.
Next up, check.
You know, it's like when we got Steve Nash. Name sounded good in highlights, but we had a broken down Steve Nash.
You did. We had the MVP Steve Nash. We got rid of the fucking stupid shit because it was too old. I couldn't like you. I'm like, you fucking idiot. But whatever.
And it's just, you know, so you got to look at.
Speaking of too old and can't play anymore, and off the topic of basketball,
Right.
what about Colin Kaepernick still not signed?
Yeah.
And who said
Michael Vick?
Michael Vick said he needs to get a haircut.
Okay.
He said you need to be more presentable for teams to want you.
Okay.
Basically.
Here's my thing. I personally don't have a problem with Colin. Okay, even if it's a throwback nowadays. Okay, black people, no short hair, like
throwback or a throwback?
Throwback.
Throwback, yeah.
Throwback, whatever. Okay,
Because is he rocking cornrows right now,
No,
or
yeah,
is he
but-
rocking
well,
the big fro still?
it's same shit. They're both throwbacks.
I know,
It
okay.
doesn't matter. But here's my thing.
He's trying to get that. He's trying to go back to his true Black
Heritage
Panther
and went
roots.
to Africa and all. Oh, it wasn't bullshit because what he did was good. I'm not saying bullshit. What Colin Kaepernick, what he did was good, but here's my thing. Nowadays, the media portrays certain people as images. Like if you're clean cut, you look better.
Well, it's not just media. That's been
Well, no,
society
everybody.
forever.
But I mean, like the whole punk rock shit, same shit. You know, back
But
in
it's
the
been
70s, 80s,
that's
90s.
the way
same shit.
life has been
It is.
since the beginning of time.
And so, if you want to, I go based on skill. Like, I don't care if you have cornrow tattoos. If you can play, like Allen Iverson, he did play. He was good. He had cornrow tattoos, and everyone discounted him. But he was a good player.
But he's not a top 20 quarterback.
Well, it's basketball. Allen Iverson basketball.
Oh,
yeah.
We're talking about Colin
But-
Kaepernick, though.
Yeah, but cornrow, same shit.
He'll end up on the team
If
when
you can play, you can
someone
play.
has a lot of injuries.
No, yeah, he get injured. Yeah. So,
I don't think he gets signed until after preseason football.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
September,
agree.
maybe
Yeah,
in October.
October.
I think somebody gets hurt during
Yeah.
preseason, and then they're going to go to him, and he'll be the backup of the
And
backup.
backup.
Yeah.
So we all get on backup. Yeah, I say he's a good backup quarterback. Starting quarterback, no. Unless you go to the Jets, maybe you have a chance. But other than that, backup quarterback.
He can play in the CFL
Oh yeah, I can't. Yeah,
Yeah, that might be the move for him.
or the Lingerie Football League. He can become a coach there or something, maybe.
it's money. Why not? It's money.
CFL actually would be texted for him because the field's wider, with the way he can scramble around and everything.
Right.
That'd be great for him.
And don't they play?
Okay.
They still have indoor football?
Yeah.
He can
Arena
go there because
football,
he
yeah.
can't throw that well. He
Okay.
can't throw that far.
Just bounce off the board.
But let me see so. Are you guys disagreeing with Kaepernick because of his skills, or because of his political thing with the American flag? Do you guys some biases? Oh, he fucking American
I'm
flag.
a Niners fan. I liked him when he was playing well for the Niners.
Right.
Once he started playing like shit, I didn't like him
Okay.
anymore.
So the
I
whole
want
American flag
players-
thing didn't have to do anything.
Oh, we talked about it on the podcast. He has the freedom of speech to do that. I mean, he
Right.
has the ability to do that. I think
Right.
it's stupid what he does,
Yeah.
but he has the right to do it.
Okay.
That's bottom line.
And you same thing.
So that's how
But-
that's how I feel, and it's done. That's,
Yeah.
To me, it's a non-issue.
Yeah,
I think it's
some-
stupid.
Well,
I
he
think
did.
it's a stupid thing to do, and I think
Right.
I think somewhat of that he's paying for now because I
Yeah.
think some teams don't want the headache of having
Right.
a player like that.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of teams that didn't want certain baseball players and football players and basketball players. A lot of people didn't want Dennis Rodman because
Yeah.
of what he brings off the field.
Yep. And the
So-
Mavericks took him in.
So you can have a bigger market team actually can absorb somebody like that in it because it is a bigger market.
Yeah.
They have other stars on the team. He may not be the number one star on the team.
Right.
But when if Dennis Rodman was going to go to, at the time, the Seattle Supersonics,
Right.
he would have been the biggest name in that
Yeah.
city.
Yeah.
If he comes to L.A. when he came to the Lakers, he was like the number 5 guy on that
Yeah.
team
Yep.
of a bunch of superstars.
Yeah.
They can absorb that up, and then his off the field thing
yeah.
is not that important anymore.
Well, I'm a Mavericks fan. You know,
Or if you go to an area that's like conservative, like say you're
Right.
going into the South or somewhere
Yeah.
in Texas or somewhere like that where it is more conservative, it is more, say Republican, just say conservative.
Yeah, conservative.
It is a little more homeland, heartland of America. You know, going to Oklahoma, going to somewhere like that. Like it's a different
Yeah.
area. You're
Yeah.
going to be the big man on
Yeah.
campus.
Well, that's what the Mavericks did. When Mark Cuban brought Dennis Rodman to the Mavericks in 2010, 2011, early
Whatever.
2000s, he said, like, he admitted, hey, the reason why we drafted the kid is star attraction. And, yeah, it's a conservative state, but we need a name for a team. And the Mavericks sucked back then, so the big name player, Dan Slavin, would win. And I had 12 games, and that was it. And I got a jersey,
Yeah,
too.
and you brought a big name, and they probably sold a bunch of jerseys and put some
And
seats
that
in the
was it.
stands, and that's it. And you brought some attention to your team, and maybe that team just needs a little bit of attention.
Yeah.
But at the same time, a lot of markets just can't absorb that kind of.
Yep.
I think a lot of markets that need a quarterback
Right.
aren't going to do with the hassle that Kaepernick brings with it.
Yeah.
They don't want the head case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but he's not a head case. To me, he's not a head case. He did what he did.
He is
get
a head
over
case
it.
because this isn't the
sucked.
first time he's had problems off the field.
Okay, what is it?
He was also involved with a guy from Seattle and I think a player from Dallas in a Florida hotel room with a girl that this girl allegedly, like, she claimed rape afterwards, and it was three of these guys in the room with her.
That. Okay,
so this happened like 4 years ago, maybe.
Okay,
something
didn't
like
hear
that.
about that.
Yeah, he's had some issues. Yeah.
There was some
Okay.
other play, and it came out to be false, or this girl was making shit up, or something, or maybe she took a settlement. I don't know. I don't know the full details, but I remember he was involved with a hotel room with a player from Seattle, and I think it was a player from the Cowboys.
Okay.
And they were in Florida somewhere, or Hawaii, or something.
Okay.
Something went on. So it's not the first time he's had headlines,
See, I didn't
negative
know that
headlines
part.
about him.
That I didn't know about.
So
that
he
part.
was a hit case coming out of high school because a lot of big schools passed on him because of things,
Yeah.
little
So-
issues here and there.
Yeah, that's why he didn't go to a big he didn't go to a big college. He went to UNLV or something like that. Or not UNLV.
Utah or something like that.
No, Utah.
Utah.
He went to he grew up in Nevada though, right?
Yeah.
Went to high school in Nevada. Yeah. And then he didn't go to a SC, or he didn't go to UCLA, or he didn't go to a big school. He didn't go to Notre Dame or something like that. He went to a smaller market school
Because he was heard of. He was a top recruit.
Yeah, he was already heard of having kind of a attitude and
I didn't know.
So there's some
that,
stuff
so-
about him. There
okay.
not just this one political statement issue that he made at the beginning of last year.
Okay.
There's more stuff to him.
Okay. See, I didn't know about that. Okay.
So it's not like and he's not Ben Roethlisberger.
No,
Roethlisberger has had his problems, okay, and is
But he's elite.
he's also a top 5 quarterback.
Yeah.
If you're a top 5 quarterback, we're gonna we're gonna let a lot of shit slide. If
Yeah.
you're a top 25 quarterback, we're not really gonna let it much slide.
Right.
So.
Okay. So I didn't know about that part.
But the Michael Vick thing, I just found it funny that coming from Michael Vick,
No, he's
saying
been
you
through
need to
it.
clean up your image.
And I'll take advice. If you've been to this, you've been to jail. I'll take advice. Okay, you know what?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I take advice. But the whole corn with an apple. I don't have a problem with that. Corn with apple. I don't.
Wear your hair, where you want to wear your hair, man. It don't matter. Who cares?
Yeah.
How you have your haircut does not determine how you play.
Exactly.
He's not getting signed because he plays like shit right now.
Right,
he can't throw more than 30
And
yards.
Michael Vick said that too.
He can't throw more than 30 yards, and
Right.
he can't scramble enough anymore to justify it, because a lot of teams they want that more pocket quarterback.
Yeah.
They need you to throw 60 yards down the field and read defenses and not just react by running for 4 yards.
I mean,
and then when you run, your chances of getting hit are bigger.
Look
It means your chances of getting hurt are bigger.
Yeah.
Why are you going to put that much money in somebody that there's larger chance of them getting hurt?
RG3, big fine example.
Exactly.
And I was a big fan of RG3 too, and he fucked up. And Shanahan fucked his career up, but he fucked up too. But Shanahan was the main concern. But
there's a lot of quarterbacks that have been that. I mean, there's a lot of mobile quarterbacks that were great mobile quarterbacks, but they could also read defenses and throw the ball down the field.
I mean, look at Cam Newton. Like, they were top, and now they're gone. And the GM just got fired yesterday. The GM, yeah.
Well, look at all this hype that we've had about quarterbacks too in the last 5-6 years.
Okay.
That where they end up. You just said Cam Newton, RG3. What about the what's his money dude?
Diamond Joe.
Manziel.
Yeah, he's gone.
Before him was the Christian dude.
Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow. He's gone. A lot of hype out of these quarterbacks. Out of big schools too. Out of big college, big program schools. Florida, Notre Dame,
LSU,
Oklahoma, Texas. Like a lot of big name schools, big college programs.
Right.
Did well, won championships, and then make it to the show and. Kind of get found out you're not really all that.
Like I say right now, the only the people that make it: Andrew Luck, James Winston, Derek Carr, obviously, and that's
who's
about it.
Derek Carr?
Oh, where's the quarterback? $105 million.
I've never heard of him.
Oh,
Carson Palmer's had a good career because he has a big arm. Carson Palmer can throw a football.
But he didn't have a. But
not,
it's funny about Carson Palmer is, and I understand why you bring him up because he's the best quarterback that SC's ever had in the last 25 years.
He's a Red Nation too.
But they,
Fuck us over.
but he it took him a while being in the. He didn't start out hot.
Yeah.
He had to learn that game.
The only USC quarterback that did good was Mark Sanchez. Could have the Jets defense. That's the only way he made a name for himself. Could have Jets.
Mark Sanchez made a name for himself when he played at SC. He sucked everywhere he went in
really?
the NFL.
The Jets AFC Super Bowl twice.
Look, yeah, but that was a defensive built team.
That's what I said. I said the defense helped him out.
Oh yeah, that was not. That's like saying that what's his name? Who's the other Manning when he was at the Giants when they won their Super Bowl with the Giants, his first one, Eli.
Right.
That was all defensive team. Mark Sanchez sucks as a quarterback. You look at his numbers. He's not a top 20 quarterback. But
actually, Castle's better than
the team did well,
and he was a USC backup.
But where's he at right now?
Castle's still playing somewhere, I think.
But KC, Patriots, he's gone. He wouldn't those teams. Where's he at now? Like I don't know where he is.
He lasted a good 10, 11 years though.
Castle?
Yeah.
He been like.
But he's not a star. He's a backup.
He paid for the Patriots and KC. That's
how many playoff games did he win in the NFL?
Patriots won. I think one playoff game.
Yeah, and I forgot about Mark Castle's name even.
Yeah.
So I know Booty's name before I know Castle. So Castle's not a premier NFL quarterback.
But he lasted a while.
I mean, the only UCLA guy is Troy Aikman, and maybe Hudley if he played for Green Bay.
He's sitting behind
and Rodgers.
But I still give him a chance.
Troy Aikman, that's the only UCLA guy we got. That's about it.
And I loved him when he was in college. I hated him in the pros, and now I like him as an analyst.
Okay.
Because I don't like the Cowboys, so I never liked them.
But quarterbacks, that's the thing.
They're not. I mean. But different schools are known for different things too. Right. I mean, that's the same. Everywhere, every college program almost has their specialties. They're good at cranking out quarterbacks. They're good at cranking out running backs. They're good at cranking out wide receivers.
We used to be tailback U for a long time.
Yeah, for sure.
Besides Ken Stabler, has any Alabama quarterback made it big?
Namath.
Yeah, Joe Namath.
Okay.
McCarron's not playing.
And I wouldn't say Ken Stabler made it big. I don't even know who that guy is either.
I'm leaving biased right now, but it's okay.
Every time you bring up a Raider, I'm just like, I don't know who that is.
It's okay.
No, I know who Ken Stabler is.
Yes. Anyways,
the late great.
Yes, the Snake. I met him. Rest in peace. Thank you for taking a video with you.
Because a college quarterback, if you can manage a game, you don't have to be spectacular. If you can manage a game, which that's what Matt Leinart did. Matt Leinart had so much talent around him. He can really just throw the ball up at USC.
Yeah,
and that's why he was at 34-1 or something like that, or 34-2 at USC.
And then
pros didn't work out.
Arizona went to the Raiders.
But see, here's the thing, and I'm gonna bring this up, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. Maybe you can name because you know your college players better than I do. Your SC college players, but that Leinart era, the Leinart, Bush,
Polamalu, Mike Williams.
Who was the guy who was from Chino Hills or Chino?
Ellis,
Cedric Ellis.
Yeah.
Okay, they all kind of played in the same time together right there, right?
Yeah.
So Polamalu is probably the greatest athlete out of that group.
Right.
And he's actually won championships.
Yeah.
Okay. Reggie Bush.
He won one. He got one.
He did get one ring,
one.
Who was he with?
Saints.
The Saints. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I called that good too. Yeah.
That's right. So so Bush has a championship. But he's not an elite NFL running back.
No, he had a couple of okay years. Is about it.
He got a couple of good years, and he was kind of injury prone. Then he got bounced around from team to team. Leinart was shit in the NFL.
Yeah.
He spent more time ballroom dancing with girls that he knocked up than he ever did playing in the NFL.
Yeah. Oh, but Blake Griffin's baby mama drama. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole. I don't even know where Leinart's at right now. Probably in Orange County right now.
He's like analyst for like Fox or something.
Oh God.
Yeah,
really?
For college.
Yeah.
So doing high school games.
Yeah, right.
He's doing
Papadakis,
whatever his name is. They're doing a high school game of the week together. But then, that's the other thing. So, who was the wide receiver you mentioned?
Mike Williams.
What was his NFL career?
Right?
He bounced around a few teams.
How good those guys were in college.
Steve Smith was good,
and they were all great. And Polamalu's really the only one that has done.
Matthews is still good.
So Clinton,
He came from USC. He came after
Polamalu.
Polamalu.
Oh, Clay Matthews. Yeah, he came after. Well, that's defensive player.
The guy who plays for the Bengals. What's his name? The Simone dude, the guy at the Bengals, like not Paul, but some.
Oh, the other Simone, the other. Tua Sopo or whatever. Is that who it is?
He's decent.
Yeah, he's pretty.
He's decent. Yeah.
But I mean, but out of that whole era, I mean, there are no names here in Southern California, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're going to drop somebody in the middle of Nebraska and be like, name a star at SC that's in the NFL right now from these 6-7 years. Polamalu is probably going to be the number one name.
Oh, yeah.
Brian Cushing, Texans.
Brian Cushing.
Yeah, but he's not a household name. He's not a stud name that people know.
He was until J.J. Watt came.
Yeah.
That's about it.
And it's also defensive players don't get the acknowledgement that offensive players do. But Polamalu being defensive player got all kinds of. I mean, that guy's he was truly the best athlete probably out of that group.
He was getting commercials and all kind of stuff.
Head and Shoulders shampoo thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, he was in a. He won. He was in a big market team. Pittsburgh is a great. They're a big market. They're a premier. Yeah. They've won 6 They've won 6 champions, 6 Super Bowls. They're a premier NFL team and have been for a long time.
Yeah.
There's always a chance of them making the playoffs and doing something.
And they're family oriented. They're only family. That's a good thing.
Well, that's the thing I like about Pittsburgh sports. Anyways, it's every team there is the same color too.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
Pirates and Penguins.
Pirates, Penguins, and Steelers.
Yep.
Anyway, we spent a whole 55 minutes on sports.
All right.
So we want to get into any politics right now or not? Or music?
Music, I have nothing coming up. I mean, we talked Ozfest, Knotfest. That's coming up. Aftershock coming up in Sacramento in October. October.
Anybody big playing at the Orange County Fair?
I have no idea.
I meant to look that up too before I started this podcast, and now I completely forgot about it. It started Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I forgot. I'm sure there's going to be like sticks and that's pretty much it. I don't know. Probably some country music.
Yeah. I heard Paige Atkins. I think he might be there.
Usually they have a couple good bands.
Yeah.
I know playing at the fair and then at the LA County Fair too. I meant to look that up too, man.
Yeah, that's when's the LA County Fair? That's coming September. Right? Yeah, September.
It's always after Orange County. Yeah.
So,
Orange County will run through I think almost the beginning of August. I think it runs
August
like
14th or something like that. Yeah.
And then.
But I think they went down to it's not open every day. Like that's what the LA County Fair did. The LA County Fair went to it used to be 2 weeks straight, and now it's like 3 weeks.
Okay.
But it's not open like Mondays and Tuesdays. It's like Wednesday through Sunday.
For cleanup and maintenance and
yeah. It's just not open every day. And I think that's what I think Orange County does the same thing. I don't think they're open, which is funny because I actually drove by there. We went down to a bar in Costa Mesa on Saturday, and we drove right by it, and I didn't even realize the fair was going on. Like there was no traffic, nothing. Wow. I mean, it was middle of the afternoon.
Yeah.
We went down at probably 10 o'clock in the morning. There'd probably been traffic, and obviously coming back when the fair left, there was probably traffic. But we left kind of. I think we cruised by at around 2 or so, and there was like hardly any traffic. But I forgot about it until we were driving by. I'm like, oh yeah, the fair's going on.
Yeah.
But I meant to look that up too about bands.
Okay, yeah, nothing. I got no music thing going on besides Knotfest, Aftershock, Atmosphere coming up next month in Pomona.
There's an Ozfest coming up.
That's Ozfest and Knotfest are together.
Yeah, that's
okay.
September, November.
Yeah,
November, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, November. Yeah, November 4th and 5th.
Yeah, it's November.
Got my tickets. I'm happy. I'm stoked.
Nice.
I mean, you know all those bands better than I do. I look at the cards for that, and I only recognize like 2 or 3 bands each day.
Okay.
Maybe 2 bands for Knotfest and like 3 bands, and obviously Ozzy and I think they're coming back with who are they playing? Somebody else.
Rob Zombie's playing. Marilyn
Manson.
Stone Sour. It's for Sunday.
Stone Sour. I just heard of them recently.
Oh, that's Slipknot's. Corey Taylor's. That's Slipknot's. The lead singer is from Slipknot's new band.
I just heard of Stone Sour maybe a month ago. It was the first time I ever heard of them. Somebody asked me to play them on a jukebox at one of those at a bar somewhere at, and I was like, I've never heard of Stone Sour. Looked them up and they asked what song, and they told me, and I said it was really good. I liked it.
Get the CDs, John. Honestly, like I have all the CDs. They're really good. It's not Slipknot, but it's more like melodic rock, metal.
Yeah, it sounded good.
Yeah.
But I never heard of them until maybe a month, maybe 3 weeks ago.
They're beefing right now with Nickelback. Actually, it's the funniest thing ever.
Why would you beef with Nickelback? That's why Punch Down.
Nickelback sucks. Yeah, exactly.
Never Punch Down.
Well, Chad Kroeger started it. That's why. So Corey Taylor came and fucked them.
I didn't even know Nickelback was still around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard nothing new from a while.
Yeah, no, Nickelback fucking sucks.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. I mean, it's a known
MTV
fact.
News.
Yeah,
you heard it here first.
Kurt Lager.
Dun, 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 dun.
Boom. But anyway. So, and then the Monday.
Where's Kurt Loder?
The Saturday show for Ozfest is Ozzy, Children of Bodom. That's a band I really want to see. I'm seeing them for the first time.
I heard them.
I'm happy.
They're pretty good.
They're fucking dope.
Yeah.
And Bums, Ozzy, and Deftones. Fucking Deftones.
Oh, Deftones are there
Yeah.
too? Oh, okay. So there are more fits. So the
Yeah.
Ozfest is better than the Knotfest
Yeah,
thing.
like I never missed a Deftones show. Like that's my band. I
And
could get shit all the
tickets
time.
aren't that bad for that show, actually.
Oh, I paid 2 tickets for a 2-day pass for 2 of them. Cost me almost $160 for 2.
Yeah, that's not that.
So,
that's only
Yeah,
that's That's only $80 per
Yeah,
day.
per ticket,
That's not
yeah.
bad
right.
compared to like going to see. Who was it? I wanted to go see
Fleetwood
somebody
Mac was
recent.
playing.
I wanted to go somewhere recently,
Okay.
and the cheapest tickets I could find were like $120.
Oh shit!
And they were nosebleeds, and I'm like, "Fuck that shit!"
Wow.
I refuse to pay for band
Damn.
ticket prices.
I
We talked
know.
about it before.
Yeah.
This is the only way bands are making money
Yep,
now is concerts.
money,
They're
yeah.
not making money. Nobody's buying CDs.
Yep.
Nobody's downloading music at 99
Yeah.
cents a song anymore. I mean, they're going to buy a hit. They're not buying an
Yeah.
album.
Yep.
You know, and then you can just pay for a Spotify
Yeah.
subscription for $10 a month, and you're getting
Yeah.
basically everything
There you
anyways.
go.
So yeah, I'm not into
Bands.
spending $100 and something
Yeah,
bucks for
me either.
nosebleeds.
I mean, but
But
Faith
then
Hill-
even I saw like the Ozfest Knotfest thing has like a camping thing.
Yeah.
Like you bring in your RV and stuff
Yeah,
like that. And it was like
that's
300 and something
extra.
bucks to stay
Yeah.
the whole weekend,
Yeah.
and you camp there. I'm like, that's actually not a bad deal.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Bring your own food, bring your own
Yeah.
liquor, hang out and camp
Yeah.
for a couple nights. I mean, and I think you can go the night before.
Yeah,
I
before,
think you
yeah,
can
next
actually
Friday.
camp. I think you camp on. Or like, is the concert Saturday,
Yeah,
Sunday?
Saturday, yeah, so
Yeah, so you
get there
camp. You can
Friday.
camp Friday.
Yeah.
You camp Friday night, Saturday night,
Yeah, and then
I think you can actually leave on Monday morning if you
Yeah.
needed to.
It's a VIP. Well, VIP people go
Yeah.
one person. Yeah, I saw
That
yeah.
I saw that and I was like, man, that would be the way to go.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if bring like 5 or 6 people with, and then the
Yeah.
tickets are still only. I think
It's a group package.
It's
thing.
a group package
So,
thing.
Yeah,
So I'm like, man, that's a
yeah. I mean, I paid for 2 tickets. Like no, like dinner missing 2 tickets.
who you going with?
Me and my friend, from the spot that you go to, Blondie chick, the one you don't like.
I like her. I think she's cool as hell.
And then, I might go with my other friend. My other friend who might be bringing with 2. I'm not sure yet.
I
so-
have nothing against her, Brandon. I just
Right.
call her your girlfriend, and
Yeah.
I know it's not, and it gets at you, and I think it's funny, and that's why I
Yeah.
keep doing it.
All right,
I
well,
have
keep
nothing
doing
against
it.
her,
All right.
except on St. Patrick's Day, she was very loud.
Well, no, that's the first time actually. I took her to another boy, and the boyfriend said the same day. Yeah, she has a many feelings. So I'm like, yeah.
Her voice is in an octave that was it just happened to be directly in line with my ear that day where we were sitting. So yeah, that's the only thing I had actually a problem with her. But
Okay.
I don't think I don't know anything about her. I know she likes. I know she's into metal and
Yeah. And
she's friends with you, and therefore it's cool.
Yeah.
So,
She gives same thing as you, politic wise, same thing as you guys.
but
But yeah, I mean, I might sell it. Like I have an extra ticket. Like I might sell it to my friend that we know about, or I don't know yet. Like I don't know what I'm doing with this ticket. I don't know. I'm going. That's all I know.
cool.
I'm gonna probably Uber it.
There you go.
So
That's wise.
yeah,
All right, man. Well,
this is it.
yeah, might as well. We're kind
All
of
right.
ran a little long here.
We done.
An hour, 2 minutes, hour and 3 minutes. We got no politics in today.
Yeah.
I can't believe you didn't want to talk about the healthcare not going through or
No.
whatever.
That's- I saw-
Trump's trips to Paris and
No,
everywhere else.
that's
And
yeah, I'm looking
Man.
at that. But another, next week we'll talk about this. The woman called 911 who got shot. You hear about that?
Yeah,
No,
she was
I'm-
in her.
I'm-
She was in
Yeah.
her. She's in her night clothes. She came out to see what was going on. There was something going on in the alley.
I
They
go,
called it in, and the cops came. When she came out to go to see what was going on, the cop in the passenger seat shot through the window
Yeah.
and hit her, and she
Good.
died.
Yeah.
well, that's stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it happened
But-
in like Minnesota or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, so, but now this okay. But now I'm reading this whole Facebook shit. It's all fake news, whatever. But anyways,
Facebook is fake news. you're right.
they're saying that because the cop was a Muslim refugee, it could be a terrorist thing because the girl is white and blah blah blah.
He's the first Somali
Yeah.
born cop they've had or
Right.
something like that.
So I don't buy that bullshit. Whatever. The cop was wrong for that, absolutely. But don't bring race and religion in that bullshit. in my opinion.
Well, that's
unless it's warranted,
it's going to come up.
Unless it's warranted,
like it or not, it's going to come up.
Unless this guy has some past and has said some things or posted some things or is affiliated or has some connection, I understand. But that's why we need to have an investigation. Let the investigation run its course, and then find out what the facts are afterwards.
A lot of my conservative friends saying, "Oh, this is why you should ban Muslim, blah blah." Dude, don't know the whole story yet.
That's why we're going to hear all that though.
And that's why I say let an investigation take its course.
Right.
If people on both sides jump to fucking conclusions too fucking quickly.
Yeah.
And it's stupid. Let shit take its time. Let's find out what actually went on.
Right.
And it sucks that this lady got shot. Yeah. She was just coming outside to see what's going on.
Exactly.
And I mean, I don't know. I'm not placing any fault on her. Obviously,
right.
I don't know any of the situation. I literally what I know of this incident is what you guys just told me. I know nothing of this. Mm-hmm. But from what I've just heard, I can say two things. I'm gonna say definitively.
Okay.
If something going on is outside your fucking house, cops, activity, stuff like that, stay fucking inside.
Okay.
Okay. First and foremost, you don't know if they're chasing somebody down that has a gun. You don't know if they're shooting. There's crossfire. There's anything like that. Stay inside your fucking house. Stay inside your walls. They're gonna protect you somewhat. Walls don't stop all bullets, but just stay inside. Okay. Unless you're being called outside, stay inside.
Okay.
2. The cop should not be shooting from inside his fucking vehicle.
Yeah.
There's what's called the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. You have to know your surroundings. You have to know your back. When you're shooting a gun as a trained officer, you have to know what is behind your target. You have to clearly identify your target and know what is behind your target because sometimes you do miss. So you have to know where that bullet's going to go after the fact. You have to keep that in mind in a shooting. This officer is shooting from a window. Obviously now what a window does to some bullets, and it actually puts a deflection on it. The fact that he actually hit something, maybe she was standing right next to the car. Maybe she walked up and surprised him. And he just saw this figure there all of a sudden. And, who knows what went through his mind. But shooting from a vehicle is not wise. Okay? You're shooting through glass is not wise. At night, I'm assuming this because you said she's in her nightgown or something like that. You have lights that are probably dim, street lights, alley lights, something like that. You're probably not seeing clearly what your target is. That's not a good shooting. That's just from what you guys told me. That's my take on it right there.
Okay, so next
and the body cams were not on.
Yeah, they went off.
That's a big issue.
Both cops went on.
The driver and on the passenger side.
And is that because they turned them off, or is that because of?
Don't know.
Is that because of a faulty in the software? Like, who knows? This is all investigation stuff that needs to come out. Like it's to me. Obviously, I don't know, and I'm saying that, but to me, I don't think it's a good shooting. I think it's an accidental shooting. I don't think he shot somebody on purpose. It doesn't sound like it. I think this is an accidental shooting, not an accidental discharge, but an accidental shooting. Like he shot when he shouldn't have by either fear or accident.
Okay.
But that should have been better training and some other things going on there with that officer.
So you're saying no jihadist, no Muslim thing involved?
I don't know.
At all, but
I don't know.
Okay.
There may be. I don't. It doesn't seem like it.
Right.
It seems like this. I mean, obviously, here's the thing. I'm assuming he's not involved with I'm assuming he's not a terrorist because he had to go through an extensive background check to become an officer.
Background check.
So when they do that and you go to the academy and things like that, you're kind of going to get found. Everything's going to be found out about you. Okay. Right. You could be a practicing Muslim and be an officer in this world. I think you'd be a practicing Muslim, be a teacher or a doctor or whatever you want. Like it's fine. Like I don't. There's. But if you subscribe then to a certain philosophy of that, where you're agreeing with, I think terrorism in certain cases is okay, or genital mutilation is okay, or killing of gays is okay, which a lot of certain Muslim sects of their religion. I mean, if you go black and white letter of their law. That this is stuff that's all okay. If you think that women should be completely covered in stone, there was a woman that I was going to bring this up on the podcast today. There was a woman in Saudi Arabia who's just arrested because she took a picture of herself in a mini skirt and posted it on social media, and now she's been arrested in Saudi Arabia.
Wow!
I think it's Saudi Arabia, maybe United Arab Emirates or something like that. She just she's a Muslim woman. She was like in an alleyway or in a street, like it was kind of a model like looking shoot thing. She put a mini skirt on,
Okay.
and now she's arrested.
See,
There's some backwards
Yeah.
shit in that religion that's just not.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not a tolerable religion.
But no, it's not.
So
yeah.
when people defend the Muslims, well, they're just peace and loving.
Yeah.
Well, they're not. They're really not.
Like fuck Sharia law, and a liberal, I would say that fuck Sharia law.
Yeah,
I
and
would
there's
say that right
there's
now.
a lot of things in that, and they could practice religion.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of religions themselves have these backwards practices of,
they do.
of not really getting along with one another.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be more openness in religions like
Yep.
that. Yes, you can believe in your God
Right.
and your rules and this, and if you in your own household want to live a certain way and pray a certain way and act a certain way, but in a general society setting,
Yeah.
you need to be accepting of other people's
Exactly.
whatever they are.
Like, I
if
went
they're
to
trans
a-
or gay or
Yeah.
black or white or Asian or whatever they happen to be, we're just accept each other, learn from each other's cultures, explore each other's drinks and foods, and learn some about it and move the fuck on. That's all it is, man.
Exactly.
I mean, that's try how to live my life,
Exactly.
and that's it.
There
So
we
Brandon's
go.
starting to slow clap right
I
now.
am.
Nobody's joining him.
Yeah,
but that's
I
been my
know.
whole thing
It's-
that's my
yeah.
whole point of this podcast is just trying to learn from each other.
Right.
You know, we're almost 3 different generations here. I mean,
Yeah.
Ellis and I are a lot closer. You're
Right.
you're a younger
I'm
generation than
88,
us.
millennial.
Ellis and I are only about 6 years apart from each other, but obviously different backgrounds, different
Right.
races, different
Yeah.
backgrounds.
Oh, yeah.
But race is just the whole, and I've said this before: race and religion and creed and motto. A lot of people get country of origin mixed up with race.
Yeah.
I believe there's one human race. I
Right.
think everything else is country of origin or religious based and things like that.
Right.
So Ellis and I, even though he's a black man, I'm a white man,
Right.
we still grew up. We have a lot of same experiences
Right.
because of the area we grew up in.
Yeah.
And you're the same way, even though you're younger than us
Right.
by you're younger than me by 14 years, something like
Yeah.
that, 13 years. So we still have similar likes and
Yes.
experiences because of the area we grew up in.
Right.
And that's that culture. Like we
Yeah,
grew up in the
it's a
Southern
culture.
California culture,
Yeah.
which is much more of a melting pot than other
Right.
places.
And Texas and
But-
Mississippi and
But yeah, there's things like saying this guy is a terror, like
Right.
whatever, it's stupid.
Yeah.
But a girl getting arrested because she was in a miniskirt
That's
is also
stupid.
ridiculous and
Yeah.
fucking
It is.
stupid.
I agree.
So there's a lot of things that need to be considered, and if it's stupid, let's call it out for being stupid.
Right.
Like, I don't really care about political correctness because, I mean, I don't know, just that somebody's feelings are not as important as what actually is fact. And, like,
Right.
I don't know, man. Like, it's just, there's a lot of shit, and we're not going to figure it all out right
Yeah,
now, but I just
exactly.
kind of went on a
Exactly.
rant. And anyway, we're over our time that we normally do. So,
Okay.
anyway, thanks for listening. HardHeaded
it?
Productions is episode number, I think,
23?
21, isn't it? 21 or 22?
22.
I don't know. We missed a week, but then Ellison, you missed a couple weeks,
Yeah,
and then we
it's-
did
I
one.
think it's 20
21.
I think it's
22.
I think it's 21 or 22.
I think it's 21.
I don't know.
Oh, whatever. 22,
So
whatever.
it's 20-something podcast.
Yeah, we're still good. I'm
I
Brandon.
think it's 21.
21.
Pretty sure it's 20. I'm going to write down 21.
I'm
We'll go with that.
I'm Brandon Ellis.
And John, and thanks for
right here.
listening.
Go.
And that's
See
it,
you.
man.
That's it.
Bye.
Out.